Crumbl cookie.
Crumbl cookie.
Crumbl cookie.
Crumbl cookie.
Stop! We're all being lied to. In my hands, I have the results of a deep investigation into Crumbl. And in it, employees are ordered to swap ingredients, but in a way customers wouldn't notice. Today's video is going to change how you see the cookie industry. By the end, you'll know everything. So, do you want to know the first thing that's really wild? The menu says 170 calories. Sounds like a snack, right? A tiny treat after work, sure. But in truth, 170 calories is just a quarter of the cookie. The whole thing is actually 680 calories. 680 calories. What? My dinner plate has fewer calories than this cookie. And it looks like a cookie, but calorie-wise is the same as a ridiculously greasy burger. Can you believe it? 2 or 3 cookies and your whole day's calorie allowance is gone. Legally, Crumbl is clean. The serving size is listed exactly like FDA requires, but the marketing trick works perfectly. Your brain latches onto that bold 170 calories label, and you believe you just ate a light dessert, not a 680 calorie bomb. And this isn't some small local bakery that messed up its menu. This is one of the most viral dessert brands in America. Today you'll find out what they're hiding and why we aren't supposed to know. Why does a top bakery need its own cookie-scented deodorant? Why are fans spitting out the new flavors? And how does a cookie get you hooked? This is the investigation you've been waiting for. Picture someone staring at Crumbl not like a customer but like a future owner. He's completely starstruck, already dreaming about the money. He sees the lines out the door, the TikToks, the pink boxes flooding his feed, and he thinks, if this isn't the dream franchise, what is? Then he mortgages his house, quits his job, and tells his family, we are buying in. But suddenly the pink dream smells less like vanilla and more like a half-life of death. In 2022, the average Crumbl location made about $1.84 million in revenue per year, total sales before expenses. By 2025, that dropped to around $1.09 million, almost a 16% decline in just the last year. Quite a drop, right? But as more stores open, franchise owners begin making less money. Something doesn't add up, right? How? Even I didn't get it at first. Here's what happens. The chain explodes. New stores open everywhere, but they don't create new demand, they cannibalize it. One location starts stealing from the next. The hype stops. No more lines outside stores. Now lines are scattered across the map, getting thinner with every new opening. The brand is growing, but the franchise owner is bleeding. And that's where the whole thing breaks.
Good versus bad franchises. Crumbl cookies.
Bad. Market saturation, high build-out costs, and the heavy labor model make this hype-driven grind with weaker take-home pay than comparable dessert brands.
The owner pours hundreds of thousands, sometimes over $1 million into this franchise. But now the logo doesn't matter anymore. What mattered was being part of something huge, something truly great, or so they thought. They didn't sell him a cookie shop, they sold tickets to the future Crumbl empire. Then the books open. After rent, staff, royalties, and loans, the average store is left with under $80,000 a year in net profit. And once you factor in the buy-in fee and the owner's risk, what's left can feel like pennies or a straight-up loss. Go figure. For someone who put in everything, that's not passive income, that's a job, a debt, and one heavy question. Did they really get into this business for that? Here's the funny part. Crumbl used to show franchise profit numbers in official documents, but those numbers magically vanished. Smells fishy, right? And we've barely started. And that's just the owner's side. Next, it turns out it's not only the sellers who are tired, it's also the people buying Crumbl. Let's get one thing straight. This cookie is no broccoli, and nobody walks into Crumbl looking for a salad. Everyone knows it's sweet, fatty, and not exactly healthy living. But there is a difference between something sweet with coffee and a whole meal disguised as dessert. A bit of a bait and switch, really. A classic milk chocolate chip cookie is over 700 calories and 96 grams of carbs. The pumpkin square hits 920 calories. 920. Basically a damn burger. Where would you even put all that? Harvard nutritional psychiatrist Georgia Ede told Newsweek flat out, Crumbl's cookies are unhealthy. No qualifiers. Bleached flour, sugar, soy lecithin, artificial flavors. All of it revs up your appetite. You just ate, but your hand's already reaching for the next piece. But one cookie won't destroy the world. you might say. The problem starts when it becomes a whole ritual. New flavors, reviews, rankings, endless videos, all screaming, try it now, it's gone next week. Manipulation and clever bait fed to us constantly from every direction. That's how viral turns into a problem. A typical Crumbl video used to go like this: open the box, take a bite, 9 out of 10, gotta get this. Now people wince and spit the cookie out. Filming a bad review, you've probably seen those clips.
This has gotta be a social experiment or rage bait, but it worked because I spent $30.
More and more people are saying too sweet, too heavy, too expensive. Instead of hype, complaints. Instead of you gotta try this, why would I bother?
Let's try the flaming lime hot Cheeto crumble cookie.
Honestly, why do we do this to ourselves? You can even call it food. Newsweek specifically mentioned one critic, Be Better, who in her videos would taste the cookie, wince, gag, and spit it out.
I'm sorry, am I hallucinating? Who is paying you guys? No, seriously. Who is paying you guys to say these cookies are good? I need justice. I was fully prepared that this was going to be a case of good marketing and mediocre products. I was not prepared for it to taste like shit.
One of those videos pulled almost 500,000 likes. People aren't stupid, they know this is garbage. That's exactly why it spread. So, on the surface, that was a killer anti-promo for Crumbl. But the bigger story isn't the reviewer. It's what happens when bad press starts working like promotion. Here is where it gets interesting. Did it hurt the brand or did it make Crumbl impossible to ignore? Bad reactions rack up views too. Viewers doubt the negativity and want to check it out themselves anyway. Thinking, what if I actually like it? The controversy around the cookie pulls people right back to the box. They think there is a reason for the hype, must be worth it, so they buy it anyway. And when it turns out to be average, the disappointment doesn't kill the story, it makes the next person even more curious. A fake celebration, let's be clear. But what is Crumbl actually selling? Sugar, a ton of calories? It's not that simple. Here is where it gets really interesting, but first a quick personal note. I make a video for this channel every week and honestly, growth could be better. What keeps me going is literally your likes on every video. So if you are genuinely enjoying this video, please like it, drop a comment, subscribe, it really helps a ton. My goal is to help you see the real truth in this fast-changing world. So let's keep going. Why does someone open the cookie app when they're not even hungry? Because Crumbl isn't just selling flavor, Crumbl is selling addiction. Genuinely, there is no other word for it. The menu changes every week. Your favorite flavor is here today, gone in a couple of days. So we open the app not for food, but hoping for something new. The manipulation works. Millions have proven that. If that's you, drop a comment. I'd love to hear it. Georgia Eid called this scheduled surprise. Sounds almost childish, but it works like clockwork across every age group. It's like a new episode of your favorite show you weren't planning to watch today, but the notification just came in. And your brain goes, damn, gotta check that out. On top of that, there is food itself. Refined carbs plus fat light up your brain's reward system hard. That's why sweet and fatty slip so easily from just trying it into I want more, a hole that's hard to climb out of. And then there is extra weight you can't shake for years. Now, one cookie won't turn someone into an addict, but the pattern is familiar. See a new flavor, wanna try it, buy it, get the emotional hit. A week later, the brand drops a new flavor and you're chasing another dose of happiness. Thinking, what if this one's even better? And now you're not buying dessert anymore, you're buying an event flavored with loneliness. Yeah, you heard that right. But we're talking about cookies. Why does loneliness have to do with that? Everything, actually. In 2023, Vivek Murthy, the US Surgeon General, released a report on the loneliness crisis. His data showed every second American adult felt lonely. Sounds crazy, right? Loneliness leads to a poor state of mind, days turn gray, nothing feels good. So you need a spark for joy, and here it is. The brand slips right into your soul, into that spot where you crave a small celebration. A reason to break the routine. The pink box looks like a reward, like a little I earned this after a damn workday. Sounds familiar? I bet it does. You know the feeling, sometimes you don't actually want a cookie, you just want one nice thing in an otherwise ordinary day. And Crumbl sells that feeling. In moments like that, you start realizing just how cleverly the whole thing is set up. Now onto the biggest mystery of this video. Remember those documents from the start? Businessweek reported Crumbl was switching the artificial vanilla to liquid egg blend instead of natural ingredients. In plain terms, the company swapped expensive quality ingredients for cheap industrial ones. And the absurd part is, this brand builds its whole marketing around premium homemade baking, made right in front of you, then told staff not to mention these changes to customers. You're buying a pink box with a fancy bakery vibe, and behind the scenes, they are secretly slipping you cheap mass-produced stuff. But wait, it gets better. In May 2026, co-founders Jason McGowan and Sawyer Hemsley stepped away from day-to-day operations. One's leaving the CEO role, the other's quitting as Chief Brand Officer. Officially, it all sounds great, a new chapter, new leadership, the company's grown. But when the top team changes right as sales drop, stores close, and franchise owners complain, well, it raises some suspicion. And you're right, Crumbl cut about 10% of its corporate staff and closed almost 30 locations. 30 locations. 6 years of non-stop store openings, now it's the exact opposite. A beautiful story about growth turning into retreat. The irony is, Crumbl grew off viral videos, but at some point those videos turned into a wave of hate, and it all landed as a huge loss on the books. I don't know what the brand does in the middle of all this. Comes up with a new trashy gimmick to get people talking. Brace yourselves, it's genuinely funny. Deodorant. Yes. Cookie-scented deodorant. What the heck? They actually made a whole body care collection. Interesting move. Dove with Crumbl. So you can not only eat Crumbl, but apparently smell like it too. Sounds like a sketchy comedy bit, but the campaign worked. Edible reports billions of impressions, and a 6-month sales plan sold out in 1 month. Remember this? Did any of you actually buy it? Let me know what it was like. So this isn't just a product anymore, it's an attempt to stay relevant at any cost. Through scent, memes, collabs, and endless discourse. All pretty impressive, sure, but attention runs out fast. That, unhappy staff, unhappy customers, and a bad reputation stick around. So what's actually waiting for Crumbl? Researcher Emily Hunt was asked if the brand would survive another 5 to 10 years. Her short answer: doubtful. That's how fast the brightest hype can fizzle out. But even if Crumbl really does fade, another brand will show up built on the same playbook. Today it's a cookie in a pink box. Tomorrow it's protein brownies, dirty soda, luxury donuts, or some other product selling not so much a flavor, but a feeling that you're in the know, that FOMO antidote. So next time someone shows you the most viral dessert of the year, sure, go ahead and try it, but think about what you're eating and what's actually in it. And if you think manipulation only comes in pink boxes and sugar, definitely check out my last video on protein obsession. If desserts hook you through emotion, marketers there go a lot deeper. They sell manipulation disguised as your top health priority. See you there.